everyone. Okay, so this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. I've been wanting to show you guys my goals. Now, this thought process took me quite some time. I used sticky notes to kind of develop different categories, different things that I wanted to focus on as far as goals went, and eventually I came out with this. Now, this whole page is my long-term goal list. So I started off with my lifetime goals. I decided I would do myself, family, financial, and home. So, with these particular goals in mind, as you can see, every single one of them is something that's pretty abstract, that's not exactly a goal because it's just got too many steps involved in order to complete these things. So I'm going to go over a few of them. If you want me to break it down into further things, please let me know. But right now I'm going to just focus on the self. For instance, you'll see that I have create a will, create a successful blog, look and smell beautiful, get married with a great relationship, power of attorney, have all birth certificates and social security cards, become an administered nurse, baptized publisher, have a positive attitude, a weight of 173. I'm 6'7", so it's appropriate for me. Expand knowledge. So those are all of my lifetime goals for myself so far. And I would really appreciate if anybody had any further ideas. So basically, in order to establish those in my life and get them started, what I've done is I've broken it down into 5 to 10 year goals. So every 5 to 10 years, I need to assess all of these goals that I have here for my lifetime and make sure that I'm on the right path for them. So, and they all go in the same order for the same things. So, for create a will, I have establish an attorney relationship. For create a successful blog, I have maintain blog. For look and smell beautiful, spa week, every 5 to 10 years, I figured that would be appropriate. And then get married and have a great relationship, couples retreat. Every 5 to 10 years, I think couples should take a retreat with each other and just kind of reestablish, bonds and reconnect on a different kind of level than when you're at home. So, it goes on. Having all the birth certificates and social security cards, I already did that, so that's something that I was able to block off. Become an administered nurse. Obtain nursing degree is something I hope to have done within the next 5 to 10 years. For sure. And then also I, get baptized for becoming a baptized publisher, positive attitude, go to motivational conference, just to kind of uplift me. And that can be, a webinar or regular just in-person seminar or something like that. And then weight of 173 and expand knowledge. I have review all my books to expand my knowledge, because by 5 to 10 years I want to have books full of information on books that I've already read, and just to go over those and reinforce that information all over again is a way to expand your mind. So weight of 173 in 5 to 10 years, I hope to have already achieved my my specific weight that I'm looking into, which is 173. So that's just kind of abstract at this point. I could put it here when it's necessary, but I don't think so. So next I have my yearly, and this is just breaking those even further down. Look into advice from an attorney, achieve blog milestone, masseuse membership, full body treatment, you know, just that's a yearly thing. Just full body massage is something everybody needs at least once a year, I think, especially mommies. So next, you know, just couples vacation, 3 to 5 days, new school, yearly focuses, continue to preach and pioneer, make fitness adjustments. So that's for the lifetime goal. Just yearly make fitness adjustments to, you know, how I'm eating or my weight loss, you know, schedule or anything like that. And then next I have read 6 fun books and 6 intellectual books each year. That gives me a book a month, and I figured that that's perfect. Right now I am working on my Benjamin Franklin, so I figured that was perfect because I have the one that I'm on this month and the one that's starting in the new year in January. So review word list. That's a part of my expand knowledge, which I already told you guys that I was going to be doing like a word a day in my donut book here. I showed it to you in my last video about my mega planner part 2. There's going to be a link up there so you can go ahead and look at that again if you need to, but I'm going to be writing words throughout the year in here to try to keep, you know, expanding my mind with. So that's what that is for. And this is up here. This is just a sticky note that is miscellaneous things that are just for this year, because this is something I want to be able to do every year, but this is specific to this year. Like setting up my blog structure. I won't need to do that every single year. It's just this year that I need to do that because I want to readjust how I have my blog, because I haven't been wanting to write in it simply because it's not structured the way I want it to. I can't put certain things in certain places yet, so I'm working on that next. And then I have my bi-year goals or focuses, and it just goes right off that those same lifetime goals. So it's basically, let's see, my biannual blog list, videos that I want to get out biannually, full nail setup. Every bi-year I want to restart on the full nails setup, a set of go to the freaking nail shop and get my nails set up, and then, you know, do the fills and the fills and the fills, and we just restart, you know, kind of fresh. Okay, so beauty list, hotel night, which is for the, you know, the marriage, successful marriage. A hotel night where we're out and away from the kids and, you know, can just relax. Apply for classes. Every bi-year, you know, you gotta apply for classes, so I just put that on my goal list. School list, lemonade diet, which is a cleanse that I want to do. It's kind of like a fast, if you will. So, and then a word test, just going over all the words that I did in my donut book, and then it breaks down into quarters. Okay, so my blog list, it's a list that I created basically to kind of break down everything that I want to do for my blog, and that is in my work planner. This one, I'm gonna start a whole new playlist for this because it's a whole nother entity in itself, and it has all kinds of information in it just for successful blogging and stuff like that, and I would like to go over it periodically with everybody, so just be looking out for that. But I have my blog list in there, and it just breaks it down even further. It has bi-weekly stuff, monthly stuff, just it pertains to this, and basically it just reminds me to look at my blog list to get all the stuff that's needed for whatever category. And the same thing for my beauty list, the same thing for my marriage list, for just anything that has a list next to it. And it's broken down into all the way into weekly and daily things. So basically for, like, say, my expanding my mind. Every day I want to look at my word book, and I want to do my word of the day. I want to study, do my daily text, read one of my books so that I can do my yearly goal of reading 6 books and 6 intellectual books. basically it breaks everything down so that I can get things done daily. And when it comes to something that needs to be done every month, I can break it down into different days, throughout the week when I'm not totally busy with everything else. It looks like a lot, but most of it's pretty self-explanatory. And I hope that it makes sense. And if you want me to go over some of the family things, like for instance, one thing I'm focusing on is looking for the specific things that my kids want to do so that I can basically nurture a career choice for them. That's basically something that I've been wanting to do, is nurture a career choice. So if you want me to do any specifics about that, I can go into detail about all the ones that I have financially. I am working on the Dave Ramsey little basic, God, I don't even know what to call it. Dave Ramsey system. There we go. And I broke that down into several different categories and to-dos as well as things to do at home, like routines and stuff for cleaning up, which if you noticed when I was showing you guys my planner, I had already created a routines section for how to handle certain things, which I did very, very happily. It's designed pretty much the way I would like to get it done. It's just the cleaning ones, these have to do with the home section. That's everything home. Weekly, daily, all of that stuff is pretty much here so that I can break it down easier, because cleaning is a whole nother subject when it comes to life, if you ask me. Finances, kind of easy. Family stuff is pretty easy because mostly it involves, being around each other and, loving each other. But cleaning and cooking and staying on top of household things is the most difficult part of everything, if you ask me. And the reason I say that is because I have been reading Benjamin Franklin's book, The Art of Virtue, and I've even implemented it into my weekly spread for January. I put it here. And it's basically just me showing how I'm going to be tracking these specific categories of things. My virtue tracker is what I'm calling it, because Benjamin Franklin, in his book, The Art of Virtue, he goes over how you should be keeping track of certain things in your life. He actually had this in his journal for a long time, where he would keep track of these specific virtues: temperance, silence, order, resolution, frugality, industry, sincerity, justice, moderation, cleanliness, tranquility, chastity, and humility. And you can pause this and read it, but all of these qualities are really, really important for one to have a really, really clean, happy life fulfilled. And so I'm keeping track of that information in my planner from now on, because he did the exact same thing. He would have a tracker for each week, and he would basically place a dot where he wasn't able to focus on. If he focused on tranquility at the top here, he made sure that he was able to get it done. So basically what I'm saying is he basically went for one virtue and tried to perfect at it. And he did that until he did perfect at it, and then he'd move on to the next one, trying to make a habit out of it. So I wanted to do something similar to that too. In addition to that, I also have where I am writing out my goals, because I feel like the repetition will make it so that I can do things in a very particular way. So let me show you. So from the very beginning, I've written out all the things that I want to get done. This is just like a call list. Can't wait to use that. I'll show y'all in the particular setup that I have. Here I just have where I start the year off. This is the first day of the year because it's a Sunday. It's not a big day. So I'm just going to be showing my, spread for the week in more detail. But I've made out a list of all the stuff that I need to get done at the end of the week. As you can see, I have my weekly goals, and then quarter goals is right here. Now, I mentioned before that I made a certain setup in the beginning of the year for the quarter goals, because as soon as January starts, it's winter, and the winter quarter starts. So these are all the things that I need to do in order to make sure we're staying on track with everything for the year as far as our quarterly needs. So this is my personal stuff here, and this is family stuff, this is home stuff, and this is financial stuff. And then I've broken those down into GTD tasks. Well, some of them anyway. And then I have all these other things here that I'm keeping track of as well. But as far as the day goes, the quarterly goals I'm going to write in here for all the ones that I'm going to try to get done in January, because there's 3 months that I have to get all this done. So I've got my virtue tracker there. Now this is the first week of the year, so I've got just weekly goals and the quarter goals to focus on. And then the following week, this is the following week, week 2, and I have weekly and bi-weekly goals that I need to accomplish. So it just goes on perpetually, forever and ever in that way. I'm going to be doing a periscope about this pretty soon so you guys can see it in, more depth, and it'll probably be substantially longer, but you'll be able to understand what it is I'm saying as far as my goals and how they work in my entire planner. But I think I got the gist of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope my goals have become just a little bit clearer. So please enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, stay meticulous. Love you, bunchies.